This is Sarah Nadler from Silkin Management Group, and today I am going to be talking to you about 5 ways to bring in more patients or clients within the next 30 days. Let's be totally blunt here. You don't have enough patients walking in your doors. Let me guess, the phrase "fill the schedule" is like an old broken record in your practice, am I right? It's one of those mantras that gets repeated over and over to little or no results. So what are you doing wrong? Well, believe it or not, I'm here to tell you today that it's possible you're actually not doing anything wrong. If your current patients or clients love you, if you're getting a regular stream of new patients in the door, even if it's not enough of them, it's likely there isn't something you're doing wrong so much as there's a few more things you could be doing right that will bring in even more business to your practice. So, just consider this show your opportunity to take a fresh look at the client-patient generating machine that already exists in your practice, as well as a new way to kind of bring in some more people in the front door. All right, without further ado, let's dive in and take a good look. Number 1, reactivation. Your existing database of current and past patients or clients is like a gold mine for bringing in more people in the door. So first of all, let's explore 2 of those ways. Reactivating patients or clients who've fallen between the cracks since their last appointment is one of the number 1 things I see not being done enough in practices. You have to regularly dig through this gold mine by making phone calls, sending out those reminder texts, sending postcards at least twice a year to remind people who haven't been in for a while that it's time to put attention on their health or their pet's health. We do have an online or on-site reactivation workshop, but I'm going to clue you in a little bit on exactly how we get this done. Step 1, go through your charts. Don't leave this to just generating a list, and I'll tell you why in a moment. But use those charts. Actually go through every single chart alphabetically and figure out who hasn't been in the last 6 months. Now remember, this is not something you're going to just stack on one week and get it all done in a week. You just, take 5-10 charts today and quickly sort through them, put back on the shelf the ones who've been in recently, and the ones who haven't been in for the last 6 months, leave them on your desk, and when you've got 5-10 minutes here or there, give each one of them a call. Okay, so that's step 1. Step 2 is, what do you do when you call? Okay, so first of all, let's say you don't get a hold of them. The most successful skill that you can develop in making these calls is how to leave the correct kind of voicemail. Don't just leave them a voicemail saying, "Hey, we haven't seen you in a while, we really miss you, blah, blah, blah." They're just going to hit delete. What you want to do is actually reach out to them, leave them a polite voicemail saying, "Hey, the doctor took a look at your chart and has a question for you. Please call us back." Okay? That leaves a little bit of a mystery for them, so they have that urgency to call back. But you don't want to leave this voicemail in a way that makes them wonder, wow, what, do I have cancer? Or, oh my goodness, what's wrong with Fluffy, right? Like we want to say it in a nice enough way that they don't get the wrong impression. But don't leave your name and don't tell them why you're calling. Okay, number 2. Let's say you actually do get someone over the phone. Well, the first step we want to do is not just go, "Hey, how come you haven't been in?" but actually take a moment to establish some rapport with the person, okay? Find something about them. Maybe it's written in their charts. Maybe it's something you remember from the last time they were in, even if it was 2 years ago. "Oh yeah, I really liked that, Fluffy always wears a tutu every time you bring him in." Or maybe it's a patient and you go, "Oh yeah, I remember he was really into baseball. I'm going to call him and talk about baseball." You don't want to spend, 5 minutes or longer just establishing a rapport, but, something along the lines of, "Hey, Sarah, yeah, my name's Sarah too. How do you spell it?" "Oh, you got the H. Great. That's the right way." Jokes like this, some way of establishing rapport. All you're trying to do is establish something upon which both you and the patient or client can agree. That establishes enough agreement to get them to stay on the phone and keep talking to you, okay? Step 2 is, let's say you got them on the phone, they're in good communication with you. Now you want to dig into the problem. "Hey, look, we haven't seen you in a while. What's happening?" You really have to actually care about the person to do a good job on this step. A person who's just been robotically put on the phones and doesn't really care whether people come in or not is never going to be good at doing the steps. So you really have to put people on the phone who actually care. But having that caring heart in place, you start digging in a little and asking them maybe even a few personal questions like, look, what happened? Oh, we don't have the money. Okay, well, what happened? I mean, you had the money before. Did you lose your job? What's going on? And actually care enough to find out what's happening in their lives that's preventing them from coming in, and see if there's anything you can do to suggest or help them solve that. Sometimes people just need someone to kind of hold them accountable a little bit. Hey, well, you don't have the money? All right, well, your next visit's only going to cost $45. So would it be all right for you to set aside $5 each week for the next, 6 weeks or something? And then we'll see you in 6 weeks. That kind of thing can be very encouraging to people if done correctly. So really dig into that problem and see if you can't solve it. Now, let's say you've got them on the phone. You seem to have solved their problem, but they're not quite there yet. The next step is to add some urgency. Make it obvious why you want them to come in now, not just, next year. Health is a perfect reason to add urgency. That we can catch it quickly if we know about it now, but you don't know, then there's nothing we can do, right? So make sure you add that urgency at the end for them to schedule as soon as possible. Okay, so that's reactivation. I'm not going to go into any further in this video, but that's definitely something to keep in mind as one of the key ways that we've seen numbers up to 300% of increase on patients walking in the door just from doing reactivation. So don't discount how important this tool can be in your arsenal. Okay, number 2. Referral games. Now, a lot of people say, yeah, Sarah, I have a referral program. I'm not talking about a referral program. I said referral game. So this is the second way in which your existing database can be a gold mine for your practice. Sending out mailers or placing a Facebook ad asking current and past clients or patients for a referral in exchange for prizes or money on account, this can double your scheduled office visits within 30 days. The reason for that is because even though, let's say I'm, Jane Doe and I don't have any need for chiropractic care right now, or I don't have a need for new glasses or something, but maybe my friend does. And since I already know and like and trust you, I'm the perfect person to bring someone new in the door. So definitely don't discount what having a current referral game and a constant flow of games can do for your practice. Okay, number 3, social media advertising. I do not see enough of this being done by doctors. Really, it does not have to be an expensive thing. You can start Facebook advertising at $1 a day. Just $1 a day. That's $30 a month, and you can have advertising for your practice. The great thing about social media is everyone's on there. I do recommend you don't just stick to one platform, and we can talk about that need for omnipresence in your market. But the truth is that advertising usually has a bit of a long lag. You place an ad in the newspaper today, it's going to be weeks before it actually gets published, and then 6 weeks after it goes out, you finally start to see some return. That's not the case with social media. Social media, you design an ad today, it takes you 20 minutes. Potentially, patients, clients could start seeing your ad within 24 hours and just walk in the door. So if this is done correctly with surveys and followed up heavily with automated emails, personal calls, etc., it can really start pumping in new people through the door. All right, last one here, open houses. Again, something I don't see used enough. And when they are used, they're not utilized properly. And let me tell you what I mean by that. Hosting an open house, it's one of those things that can be a really great idea or a really terrible one. The difference is made by doing each step right. You have to actually plan leading up to the big day, give people enough time and heads up to actually hear of your event and put it on their schedule and decide to attend. And then once you have them inside your practice and you're touring them around, hold games or contests, keep the interest level high, and have a big sign-up board for new patients or clients to book appointments right there on the spot. Giveaways in exchange for an email address are also very helpful as long as you use an auto mailer sequence and don't just put their email in your normal email list. Okay, last one, a bonus one I'm going to throw in here is doing an automation audit. One of the primary reasons for holes in the schedule is lack of time for call-in. due to too many duties that the doctor or the office manager or the receptionist has to handle on their plate. So a great way to solve this is to do an automation audit. Now, what's an automation audit? Well, what is automation? Automation is anything that we can take out of the hands of a human and make a computer do it for you instead. Sounds pretty good, right? The first step of an automation audit is to draw out the flow of patients that come into your practice, including every point where a staff member must interact with them. When you include notations of how much time is spent at each point, you really start to get the purpose of automation, because we can see which points where we could remove a staff member and put a video there instead, or maybe an email sequence leading up to their visit so that they're already educated and it doesn't take 45 minutes to educate them on their treatment, right? Once you've got this all drawn out, we actually connect you with an automation expert who will look over your flowchart for points where an educational video, as I said, or an email sequence, or an app, or some other automation tool could be interjected to save time. And get this, most practices are spending up to 40% of their profits on salary. So if we could find an automation tool that costs, say, $90 a month and replace a staff member with that, just imagine how much money you could save. And it also saves time. And as a bonus, most automation, when done correctly, is beautiful and branded and just makes your practice look even better to your patients or clients. So there you have it. 5 methods of bringing in new patients or clients within 30 days. What would your practice look like if you succeeded in applying these tools and actually got more patients on the books this month? Would you like to find out? The reason why I say that is because I'm actually offering a full analysis and 30-day marketing checklist for free to any doctor who has seen this video. I'm happy to help you design a custom marketing plan for your practice, identify the top method to bring in new patients that you should be using right now at your stage of the game. Let's be honest, there's no such thing as a one-size-fits-all marketing plan. So this way, you'll be able to bring in more traffic through your front door without wasting time or resources on useless, ineffective actions. So how do I do this? Well, I do it by listening to you and having a human-to-human conversation about your goals for your practice, the kind of growth you want to see, asking you questions to nail your branding perfectly so your unique message is the one that goes out to the world. Once I understand what your challenges are, what your goals are, I use that data to design a custom 30-day doing checklist for marketing your practice. You might ask why I'm doing this. Well, the truth is that I am the only Silkin marketing consultant. And there's a good chance that once you see what I can do for you to save time and your bottom line while bringing in new traffic, you're going to want to sign up as a client so you can have my help to do it. It's just the truth, right? We don't have time to do it yourself. So if that's the case, my rates start at $2,750 for a 10-hour block of marketing consulting. That is the cheapest form of consulting you can get at Silkin. However, I know that a certain percentage of people are going to take what I give them and just run with it. And you know what? That's totally okay with me. You are our beloved clients and we love helping you. Once you've seen all that it takes to actually start bringing in a regular flow of new patients, if you feel totally equipped to do it all yourself, then honestly, I wouldn't be a good fit for you anyway. So I don't waste my time. The value of the goodwill I build by helping you for free means you'll probably tell your friends and other colleagues that I helped you. And that word of mouth is more valuable to me than the $275 I could have charged you for an hour of my time. So let's talk about what you're going to get. You're probably wondering, what's such a big deal about a marketing analysis? Why do I need one for my practice? All right, little cynic, here we go. Let me show you what we're going over and what I'm going to give you at the end of this call. First of all, just between you and me and the wall, we all know that most practice owners went to medical school, not business school. Am I right? And you probably know that there's quite a bit of marketing and public relations that you didn't ever get an opportunity to learn before launching your practice. The lack of that knowledge is killing your net profit, believe you me. Or even if you did take an advertising course or two in college or a video course on one of those flashy gurus on the internet, chances are the course wasn't specific to the healthcare profession, right? Marketing to patients and clients is a whole different cup of tea that I had to drink when I first dove into Silkin. So right off the bat, you're going to be getting my expert advice for free because I make it a point to tell practice owners, ask me any question while you have me on the phone. That's right. I'll literally answer any question you have about marketing, social media, press relations, websites, sales funnels, etc., you name it. And if I think you need it, I'll even send you a free copy of one of the hundreds of articles and ebooks I've written to give you the inside scoop. And then, not only that, there's the 30-day doing checklist I'm going to be gifting to you. Once I've analyzed your practice, gotten you the answers you're looking for, and shared my expertise with you in the call, I'll design a custom marketing plan with my recommendations of where to go next to start bringing in more new patients in the next 30 days. If you have any questions about this, you can ask one of the many clients I have already done this with, and I will connect you up with one of them and you can ask them personally, all right? So just shoot me an email. All right. Now here's the catch you've probably been waiting for. You need to know I won't actually help anyone. I only help specific people, and I'm going to tell you who those are right now. And if you qualify, you connect up with me, all right? First of all, I can only be of benefit to practice owners who are dentists, optometrists, veterinarians, etc. I don't work with medical doctors, chiropractors, massage therapists, or dietitians. Also, no one who prescribes medical marijuana because it's actually just totally not something I want to be associated with. That's your thing, that's cool, but we're not going to work together, okay? Number 2, you have to be respected in your market. If you're a shady doc with a bunch of terrible reviews on Google, or you're under lawsuit due to an intentional malpractice, don't come to me to get more patients. I'm sorry, I don't want to work with you. I only want to help good guys promote their practice, and I won't accept you as a client. All right, number 3, you have to be willing to advertise. Doers do, that's my motto. So if you're already investing money into advertising, whether it's working or not, I can help you. But those who want to bring in new patients or clients by the will of dog or something, no thank you. You must have a business mind to do business, as we say, and I'm not a get-rich-quick scheme, I'm sorry. All right, number 4, last one, you already must have an open practice that's generating monthly income. We have helped doctors launch their new practice or location, but not in a single hour. So this offers only for practice owners who already have some patients. Here's what to do next. If you fit those specific, but in my opinion, very reasonable criteria, then schedule a call with me at 503-726-1810 or shoot me an email to set this up. My email is down below in the notes. I'll send you a short form with questions about you and your practice just to make sure we're a good fit. And then we will schedule a time that works for you. You have at least 1 hour to cover everything. All right, that's all I've got for you guys today. I can't wait to talk to you. See you soon. Bye.